So the Wayfarer parties and Jamey Heath have now responded to this insane request made by Blake Lively last week. In a letter to the judge, she asked the judge to impose severe sanctions against Jamey Heath for apparently not giving her all of the footage of the home birth of his child. Now remember, the video in question, which they did actually produce, was of the couple with the baby after the baby had already been born. But Blake Lively has now been demanding excessive nude footage of Natasha Heath giving birth before the baby was ever born. This was a bizarre and insane request, and something that she's doing so that she can find something that looks, as she describes it, pornographic enough, because Blake Lively did describe a home birth with a baby as pornographic. She wants to find something in there that looks pornographic enough so she can show it to the jury and say, no, this is what I saw. Now, first of all, there's nothing pornographic about a home birth. Describing it that way is disturbing. Second, we're just supposed to take her at her word that the footage that was produced in Discovery is not what she remembers seeing. And third, this is a gross invasion of privacy on a woman who is not a party to this case. Sorry if the mic sounds a little weird today. I'm still on the road, and the one that I brought with me, it's not really working too well. I haven't been able to keep up in real time as much as I'd like to because I've been traveling since Saturday, and I don't go back home until Saturday. But I wanted to go over this really quickly and see what they had to say in response. Plaintiff, and that's Blake, asked this court to impose draconian sanctions against defendant Jamey Heath, pursuant to FRCP 37, for failing to provide video footage of his wife in labor and giving birth in violation of the court's August 27 order on Lively's omnibus motion to compel. Specifically, Lively seeks an order compelling Mr. Heath to produce all video footage depicting the birth video and precluding Mr. Heath from offering any evidence, including written or oral testimony, on the topic of his showing the birth video or any other portion thereof to Miss Lively. Which is insane, by the way. Lively does not come close to meeting Rule 37B's requirements for the severe sanctions she seeks. The two flaws fatal to Lively's motion are that she never requested this footage in Discovery prior to the Discovery cutoff, and there's no clear, unambiguous court order compelling production of the full birthing videos. And why would there be? The order directed the production of only the video requested in Lively's request for documents, which sought documents concerning your allegation in paragraph 101 of the Wayfarer complaint. Remember, that's Wayfarer's complaint that was ultimately dismissed, and they decided not to amend the claims that they had a chance to amend. So the Wayfarer complaint, that Lively falsely suggested that she was shown pornography or naked images of Heath's wife on set. Paragraph 101 in turn states that what Lively saw was the first image at the start of the video, which shows Heath's wife, himself, and their baby after his wife gave birth at home, and that Lively falsely suggested that she was shown pornography or naked images of Heath's wife on set. And if you go back and look at that image, you can't see genitalia. It's not a porn. And there's a baby in the picture. There's a baby in the video. Naturally, a video including the newborn was taken after her birth. Lively's pleadings state that Heath started playing a video of a fully nude woman with her legs spread apart. This is not inconsistent with the post-delivery video shown to Lively. And that's true. Her legs are spread apart, but you can't really see anything. They're holding the baby. This is precisely what was produced on August 22nd, even prior to issuance of the order. Lively now belatedly denies that this was the video she was shown by Heath. However, Lively, who has repeatedly and variously described what she was allegedly shown in May 2023, did not object that the video produced on August 22nd was not the one she was shown, as requested by Lively's RFP number 108. Lively waited until September 24th to assert that the video produced was not what she saw. She then failed to timely file a motion to compel prior to the close of fact discovery. Also in the footnote up here, it says Heath, at the director's recommendation, attempted to show Lively the video. Lively characterizes this as an incident of harassment. As a mother of 4 and an actress who was shooting a birthing scene for the film, Lively should know better. And I think a lot of people agree with that. To the extent that this sanctions motion is a thinly disguised and untimely motion to compel, it should be denied. Lively now contends that she should be allowed to cull through highly intimate and personal footage to find the portions that match her narrative that she was shown the actual birth, when in fact she was not. The intrusion into the highly sensitive moments of a woman's labor and birth cannot be justified merely on the claim that Lively may find what she claims she saw. In short, Lively fails to show that she is entitled to sensitive private footage of Natasha Heath in labor and giving birth, particularly since Lively only requested, in RFP number 108, the short video showing Heath, his wife, and their newborn immediately after the birth. Lively did not and does not seek clarity on the scope of the order, but as has become her unfortunate habit in this case, asks the court to jump right to the most severe sanction available, an order precluding evidence relevant to Heath's defense against Lively's sexual harassment claim. In fact, this is only one in a string of sanctions motions in which Lively, recognizing that discovery failed to yield evidence to support her claims, seeks an adverse inference or preclusion order that would relieve of her, I think there's an extra word there, that would relieve her of having to prove her claims by eliminating evidence favorable to the defense. And the footnote down here says Heath stores videos of the births of both his children on the same thumb drive. Lively does not make clear whether she's seeking the entirety of the footage of both births to search for whatever she claims she was shown. And this is really bizarre. And as far as that string of sanctions motions that they're talking about, the last two have they've only been letters, right? They're not even like actual motions anymore. They're letters to the judge. And also, she has made 9 separate requests for sanctions now against the Wayfarer parties and or Brian Friedman, which is insane. Lively fails to show willful disobedience of a court order. Lively contends that Heath violated the order. However, the order does not clearly direct defendants to produce all videos of Miss Heath giving birth. So basically they're saying that they produced the video that she asked for in her request for productions and what was ordered, for them to turn over, which is what was in paragraph 101. And that was this video of after the baby was born. Jamey Heath gave her that, but she wants to see the rest of their birth video so that she can retroactively identify something that she can try to pass off as offensive. Now, however, Lively claims that she learned at Heath's October 8th deposition that other, more extensive videos exist. Even if true that Lively only learned of other birthing videos at deposition, it does not change the fact that the order applies to the video described in RFP 108 and paragraph 101 of the Wayfarer complaint. Heath confirmed at his deposition that the video shown to Lively and produced in this action was not an incomplete and altered excerpt of a longer video showing the full labor and birth of Heath's child, as Lively suggests. It was a separate and distinct video taken after the birth of his daughter and kept on Heath's phone. So it's not like this is even part of a video that was cut. It's a separate video. He produced the video. You don't need to have extra videos of someone's, nude home birth. That's not relevant to your case at all. That's insane. Heath explained that he did not keep any of the more intimate birth videos on his phone as he was concerned about it falling into the wrong hands. In short, there is no court order directing Heath to produce all video footage recording the births of his children, but only the post-delivery video of his daughter shown to Lively on the set, as referenced in the pleadings and requested by Lively's RFP 108. Heath cannot be sanctioned for violating a non-existent order or one that did not clearly compel the production of evidence not sought in a discovery request. The pleadings do not reference any other birthing video, but only the short post-delivery video that Heath had on his phone. Second, a court should impose the least harsh sanction, which would serve as an adequate remedy. Yeah, I don't think that what she's asking for is actually lining up with that. Lively seeks the harsh sanction of preclusion in addition to the production of all birthing videos. Lively does not explain why she is entitled both to discovery and a sanction that would preclude Heath from presenting evidence contradicting Lively's claim of a more graphic video. The birthing videos have little, if any, relevance. Heath does not dispute that. He showed Lively a post-delivery video showing his nude wife holding their newborn daughter. The question of precisely what she saw will not be resolved by production of all birthing videos. I'm sorry, just as I'm reading this, it just sounds more and more insane to me. I can't believe you're actually trying to demand all of a woman's birthing videos. That's insane. Even if, and this is not true, I don't believe this to be true at all, but even if Jamey Heath were a creep and she were suing him and he's a creep, right? Do you really want to punish the wife for that? Like, where are you going with this? Because this isn't really going to help her in this situation. Like, getting extra footage of Natasha Heath's nude home birth. How is watching that supposed to help her case against Jamey Heath when she was given the video that she was actually shown? That extra violation of privacy isn't really doing shit for her. So I don't really understand the ask. Also, if you're so disturbed by this to the point that you are calling it pornographic, I feel really confused as to why you're demanding to see more of it. There's like 1 second of footage that's actually relevant to what happened on that set. And she has it. Why are you demanding more footage of a woman in a very intimate, private experience? Is this what you were talking about when you were saying you were working hard for women and girls' safety? The question of precisely what she saw will not be resolved by production of all birthing videos. A jury will decide this issue based on the credibility of the witnesses, not whatever Lively may cherry pick from multiple recordings. The only thing that Lively will accomplish is to intrude on a highly personal and intimate experience to the extreme distress of Natasha Heath. Third, the duration of the alleged noncompliance dictates denial of Lively's motion. This motion is the first notice to the court of the alleged noncompliance, thus the duration of alleged noncompliance is insufficient for Rule 37B sanctions. Fourth, the court has not warned Heath of the consequences of noncompliance, specifically the failure to produce all footage relating to the birth of his daughter, and this is the first time this issue has been brought before the court. For the foregoing reasons, defendant Jamey Heath respectively requests that the court enter an order denying Lively's motion in its entirety. We'll have to wait and see how this goes, but I really think this is bizarre and a huge PR misfire to anyone who's actually paying attention. I know mainstream media outlets, they don't want to cover this part of the story, right? They just want to tell you something incorrect about how Justin Baldoni missed an appeal deadline that didn't exist. All right, well, like I said, I'm going to keep up as much as I can while I'm still out of town, but I'll be back soon and hopefully back to a regular schedule. So, gotta go. Bye.